place here, and actually the farm of Mr. Freeman. They so graciously let me come up to top up here to try to bring the star, the Christmas star that we've been looking for. Let me show you a beautiful sunset, and that's the direction that we'll be looking at. Isn't that a beautiful sunset? Yes, it was up a little bit higher, and it's supposed to, and if you hear a lot of wind, it is windy and it's blowing. I've got my vehicle up in the middle of this field, and the lights from the vehicle to kind of light me up a little bit, but I don't see it yet, and as it gets darker, of course, we'll be able to see it much better, and I'll zoom in from there. So that's what we're doing out here in this pasture. Yes, I've stepped in some pasteurizing fertilizer, but it's beautiful up here. It is. I tell you what, I would love to have a big old log house sitting on top of this hill right here, overlooking everything. The internet is great right here. I'm using my Nexus Nighthawk with the AT&T system. It's not off of a hotspot phone because that will get you sometimes a lot of background. So I'm looking at the sky here. I see the moon. It's a half a moon out. Some places it is not clear, it's cloudy, so I'm hoping we're not going to get any overcast or anything like that, to where we'll be able to see it real clear. I'm hoping to see this. I'm excited about it. We'll never see this again in our lifetime unless you live to be 400 years old. This happens every 400 years, and it's really amazing that this is happening 400 years the week of Christmas. Now, it could have happened 400 years any other time, any time of the year, but I think with the 2020, the way it's been, the way all this COVID and people losing loved ones and everything, and we just need something that's going to enlighten us here a little bit. I'm going to show you this sunshine again. There we go. And I'm hoping this is coming out okay. But it's a beautiful sunshine. Great. It's going down. But it's just beautiful up here on this high hill, and oh, this is just so beautiful up here. But we're going to be looking for the Christmas star, which is, of course, it's not really a star. It's two planets lining in together. Okay. Well, I just got information from my engineer back at the office there. I'll switch it back here in a few more. And then when I search out and find the star, we will broadcast it live to you. And meanwhile, what you think about some of the great memories that you have growing up as a kid? Just some of your fondest memories and all. I know we see our children excited this week about Christmas, and you know, we all should be excited. I know it's hard to get excited over things that's happening in 2020, but we can get excited about the birth of Christ. We can get excited about that, and this is just a reminder. Just think about when we look at the star, the way God has planned it, that the wise men, you know, they were measuring the stars. They were astronomers. They looked and tried to capture everything there. And when Jesus brought the star, the show where Jesus is born, and for them to follow it, you know, it's almost like if you're outside looking at it, it's chilly, it's cold, the wind just not cutting any slack, but it just reflects back to that time, and it just makes it even special that this is the week of Christmas. This is following the Christ is at, and this is just amazing. You know, we had the solar eclipse a couple years ago. I was gracious enough to be out in another field and streamed that. The stream wasn't as good. I didn't have the internet that I have now, but it still, I captured it on video itself. Sun is still going down, and I'm trying to see, because it's going to be in the west. If you're looking for the star, that's where it's going to be, where the sun is setting in the west. Remember the old cowboys riding out into the sunset? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be doing, is looking out that way. So stay tuned, and we'll be looking and hoping that you will see it. And I hope it's just something fantastic to look at. I've got some good zooms on my camera, some good lens, so we'll see there. I have to steady it out, because you know that the Earth is really moving fast, and it's just like the eclipse. I had to continuously to move the camera to get the capturing of it. So I see some kind of a little bit of high clouds up like that, so we're hoping that's not going to affect anything. And the cows, they're kind of down in the other field, kind of not paying me any attention, so we're not having me running from cows and bulls, and I know that would be entertaining, right? See me run from it. So it's not quite dark yet, but we're still looking at it. And now the wind's going to come through this mic. You're going to hear that, because it's the mic's real clear, and I'm trying to tilt it enough to where it's not going to do it. So maybe the wind will die down just a little bit, where I won't get cold. And if you hear a little grinding noise in the background, a little motor running, that's my vehicle. I don't want to run the battery down by leaving the lights on without having it going. So let's take a look at the sky one more time here. There we go. As you see, the sun is still setting. And if I'm understanding this correctly, if you look where the sun had set and you kind of look at the horizon and you put your two fists on top of each other and look at the top of it, that is where basically the direction of the star is going to be. I see two jets flying across. That is not the Christmas star, if you see that. Let's see if I can maybe just kind of zoom in on that right there just a little bit to see if we can see the two jets going across there. Just a little bit on the horizon. I see one or two going there. They're pretty far away, probably in the Greenville way. Let me back this out a little bit more and let you see the horizon. And there's the field. If you can see some of the cows down that way. See if I can zoom in on some of the cows there. It's getting darker, but I've got some extra equipment here that's making it light up. But there's the cows that's grazing down in the field. If you see a little grainy there, that's me, because it's a little dark there. Like I said, it's beautiful up on this knoll, a big hill, I'd say. The pond's down below me. It gets darker when I shine it kind of more toward the sky. You'll see that the landscape gets a little bit darker there. Okay, we want to kind of pan the sky just a little bit up here. I want to just hold it right there a little. Let's see. Let me see if we can just give you a glimpse of the moon, since we're not seeing the Sometimes I tighten things up a little closer here. Okay, now you're seeing the half of the moon. I just wanted to see that a little bit. I haven't seen the star yet, so we'll just give you a little glimpse of the moon. Like I said, this the moon moves pretty quick. Not the moon, the earth. We all move quickly. We just don't know how quick we are moving. I'm hoping when it gets a little bit darker, we'll be able to see. We'll stay out here and see it. But that is the half of a moon. This is not the star. Just don't want you to get confused with that. It's not the star. And where I'm at now is just above our home. Actually, if I stepped out my door and hear the cows moo, not move, but moo, and I could see top of the hill where I'm at, and overlooking Highly Road and looking down the hill and seeing all the little street lights, and I actually see the lights on at my house. Still watching and looking for the Christmas star. It's still a little bit brighter. And it does get a little chilly when that little wind comes across. I do see some clouds on the way on out there, so I'm hoping that stays where it's at. And with the cold air, it doesn't put like a light overcast. That's what I'm hoping it's not going to do. You know, the sun was good and clear when it was up. And you can tell that how the moon has already moved. My camera's stationary, and as you notice, it's moving more to, if you're looking at it, towards your right. And that's what the Earth does. Even though we're thinking it's not moving, well, it's moving very, very fast. I just still got it on the moon over there because the horizon's still showing the sun setting, still pretty bright. Like I said, what they're telling us is that if you look out to the west, you look at the horizon and you put one fist on top of the horizon and put the other one on top of that, and that should be the direction of the Christmas star. And what you're looking at now is the half moon. When you go out and you look straight up, that's what that is. You know, we say a half moon. I guess it's really a quarter of the moon, because it's really it's a whole moon. It's not really half, but it's just half what we see. And what do you think you're getting for Christmas? Are you getting something that you always wanted? Or are you getting stuff that, wow, somebody stopped by real quickly at the QT and picked this up for me? You ever had that to happen? Okay, I'll switch back over to me here. I still haven't seen the Christmas star yet. Waiting for the sun to go down a little bit further. It's now looks like 5:42. Should be getting to the point where we can see it. Yeah, I know we all went to and opened gifts up before, you know, where someone's bought you a gift and that they really put their heart in it because they went by the QT store and picked it up, something they had special there. And you know, you don't have to buy someone a gift because they bought you one. We get in that sometimes mode that, well, they bought me a gift, I don't have to run out and buy them one. Well, you don't have to do that. You know, they bought you the gift, it's because they cared and stuff like that. Took their time to choose it. And a lot of times we like to, you know, do that. And we really shouldn't do that. All right. Wind picking up a little bit more. Yay. Let me switch back over to the moon and let you look at, see how far it's done switched over. Now, I'm not looking on the internet, so if you're making comments and stuff, I don't see them on there because I'm driving this by myself. As you can see how much the moon has done moved over some. And we're not here just to see the moon. We're here to see the star, the Christmas star. There is just a tiny little, I guess, where the sun's going down, flaring off of the high clouds. Okay, I'm gonna pan back over to the horizon place, the Verizon, and let you see it's still going down, the sun. Let me back this out a little bit. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. It is beautiful out there. Beautiful sunset. As you can see, it's not completely down to where we can really see the star. I'm kind of looking behind me. See if I see any stars out behind me. I don't quite see them yet. It's still kind of bright. But I wanted to get an early start, early setup, just to make sure it's, well, we wouldn't miss it, but kind of hard to put stuff together in the dark. I should have wore some gloves. I didn't think about that. But we should be able to see the Christmas star soon. Like I said, the sun is still going down. As you can see, that is the direction that the star is going to be in. And I guess it just wants to get dark to where we can see it, a great view of it. Beautiful. Well, we got to see the moon, the half of it. That'd be nice being a full moon too, real bright. Like better view. But we're going to stay and see, and as the sun continues to set. I guess in different places, even around the state here, with the sun setting, it's a little bit different. So I guess that's why they said it's from 5:30 on to this right here. So shouldn't be. I'll kind of pan a little bit. I can hear the cows mooing down there. Okay, I'm starting to see a couple stars in, but not in that same direction. So it's coming along. As we watch the sun set, a lot of times the sunset. You know, we usually complaining that it's in our eyes as we're driving, and then sometimes in the morning it's rising, it's in our eyes. And then sometimes we just see a glorious sunset and a glorious sunrise. And when you get to be my age, you know what? It's good to see a sunrise and sunset. But I see a couple jets going across. I guess coming out of Greenville. People traveling. See their families this week. Be careful when you're out there driving. There you go. I'll pop it on me a second here where you can see me for a moment. I'm in the spotlight of my vehicle lights as it gets dark, because on this top of this hill there's no street lights. The only lights I have is with my camera and also my vehicle. That's the main light. I hear the cows and different creatures in the background as the night comes in. We should be seeing this star pretty soon. Let me go back to the horizon again. Should have brought some music and played some music in the background. Christmas music would be nice. And the roaring sound is, yes, the wind. And you asked, is it cold? Yes. It's chilly, but it's well worth it. Just a gorgeous sunset. And behind me, I do, like I said, see some stars behind me. So I guess the Christmas star is waiting till the sun completely set to really show its magnificence. I know the crystal star is going to be higher than my camera is. Right now, I don't see it. I will move it. I'm just showing the sunset right now. I think it was Gail Benson. And so we can see it good now. It's not real bright yet, but it can see it. Both planets are close. Thank you, Jason Lemons. Okay, you should be able to, well, moved a little bit there. Let me do a different switch here a little bit. Let me switch cameras. There we go. You see the planet, they're lining up. That's what they're doing. Is this is the only zoom I got right here. My other yeah, you can see the planet behind it that's getting closer together. do have some interference with the wind. I know my other camera, it's kind of like this. You see it real grainy. That's because of the getting dark, and plus the wind ain't helping either. Let me switch it back to the other camera. It's more at a distance. And as the sun goes down, it does get brighter. Another angle from another camera, a little closer, but more grainy. When they line up directly behind each other into it, you'll see the brightness will get there even brighter. I think it's supposed to last around 45 minutes. You see the Christmas star in Indiana, Susan? I'll have to readjust my cameras again. Like I said, the wind's blowing. It takes it a little bit of keep moving because the Earth is moving. It'll come back in focus in a moment here. A little grainy, but you can see where it's getting lined up. And as it gets darker, it will get brighter, of course. See, when I get close with the other camera, you will see it's real grainy because I'm getting so close out of the natural light or some of the light that's coming in for the camera. But you can see the difference and how big a difference it is. This one doesn't zoom in as much, but you can see a big difference. I'm going to back out of this other one a little bit more so you can see it. I just wanted you to see a little closer of it, but like I said, the more you zoom in, the light from the camera itself goes away. It's still lining up. But you don't have to stand out in the wind. I'll take you to the other camera. Dennis Gerber, you're correct. The Bible does say that. I can still see the sun on the horizon. And let me do some adjustment. Saying it's every 400 years that that this happens, and this view here, you see, it's kind of showing with the naked eye. It's kind of lined up, but if you get closer to it with my other camera, even though it's grainy, it shows it's not quite there yet. Yeah, the NASA, when I went and looked on their site, it was 400 years, Deborah. At first they said 800, but I'm just wondering how they know who lived back then. But on the right, you can on this camera shot here, like I said, I have to keep moving this camera because when you zoom in closer and closer, it gets grainier, and it shows you it hasn't really kind of lined up straight. And the sun is still setting. It's coming together. And with this camera here, it's a little bit further away. You can tell it's not lined up directly over it. It shows a little bit clearer. Okay, Walt Eubanks, tell everybody where that date is at right there, because I seen, like I said, I seen both. So, regardless, we're not going to live that long to see another one. Okay, I got to keep adjusting the cameras because of movement of the Earth. Here's the grainy one that's a little bit closer to the planet. As you can see, it's not quite there yet. Well, the wind died down a little bit. Well, thank you, Melissa. I'm glad to be able to show this to it. Everyone should see this, and a lot of people don't have opportunity because of clouds or different other things. And this can be recorded back, so thank you. Oh, Jack Alice, if it's just 400 years, we'll be able to see that. We'll live to be 401, right? I was fortunate enough to bring the solar eclipse live. And let me switch over to this camera here. I like the way the planet is doing now. See the glow coming off as it's getting darker? You can see it kind of giving off that, see it? There's like gas explosions there. How neat's that? Yeah, Michael, this is recording on the on Facebook itself, as this is on Facebook, YouTube. I got to go into 5 different places. But watch the planet, how it kind of give a explosion there on the bottom when it's the gases of it. Well, it's not doing it now, but it was. Okay, maybe you can hear me now. The batteries kind of died there a little bit. Okay, let's see. I believe I'm back now. Sorry, batteries died. And I see something else that died over here. Let me switch this over real quick. Sorry about that. Had to, like I said, I got to keep moving this camera. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. I just had to get this battery died on it. That's what happens. We're on top of a hill in Buffalo, South Carolina. I'm Jerry McKee, bringing you live the Christmas star. It's bright. It hasn't got lined up behind each other yet, but it's getting there. I just have to keep moving the camera. And if you hear the roaring, that's the wind picking back up again. Yeah, when I zoom in close, I got to remember that it moves quicker and faster, so I have to keep adjusting the camera and switching it back and forth. Yeah, one's a little grainy because, again, it is nighttime and I don't have the super lens on these things. is now 6:30. Like I say, this is the Christmas star. Happens every 400 years. Some say 800. But who can count back that far or can, can know that that's exact amount? But anyway it goes, this is Christmas week. This is the Christmas star. It's brighter with two planets. Jupiter is one of the planets that's lighting up with Saturn, and I see it's running away from my on the screen again. I'll have to readjust. Just kind of what it looks like from a distance. It's amazing. I have to keep moving my camera up and down, and let's see what it looks like a little bit pulled back. Pull the camera back just a little bit, just to get it a little in a perspective. You're looking at the two planets that's going to not really merge together. It will look like it. They're, I think they said 4 million miles apart. So they're a good distance apart, but from where we're looking at it, it looked like they're real close, getting ready to crash or something, but they're not. And my location, like I said, on top of the hill, it's if you're looking to your west, that's where the sun sets. Sun sets in the west. And if you look at the horizon and put one fist on top of the other and look up, you'll see a bright star. And I think that's about the only star that I see out there now. I have to get out of the light to see. Several other stars, quite a few stars out. But that's the brightest one. It's lower in the horizon than most stars. It's almost like the bright as the North Star is. Uh-oh. I just lost contact. Christ's sakes going on here? Laptop died, and let me get it straight back out here. And I was trying to mess with that, but there is the star there. And let me get the other one going. Yeah, it went blank here for a second. Everything kind of battery died, things like that. Wind still blowing. And let's see if we can get that a little closer. And let's see if that's still getting it in there. Okay, give me a moment. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. How do we switch this over? Okay, guys. Sorry about that. What happened is that the laptop that I'm using died, and I had to break out the iPad, and it was still going. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, they're starting to line up real good. Matter of fact, it's pretty well lined up. Getting real close together. Let me move this over just a little bit down. Good thing to have a backup. But I wasn't expecting, I didn't look at my laptop to see what was happening there, but it did. It just crashed on me. But we got it back up here and going where we can see it. And what you're looking at is the wind blowing. That's your two planets lining up. I think it's done backed out a little bit to see. Here we go. I got a little further back than I wanted to. Hold on a second. It takes a minute for this to, sorry about that. I want to get it a little closer. Even though it's a little grainy, I just wanted to see how close the planets are. Just bear with me a little bit. There we go. I just want to see how close they are together to being lining perfectly up. I know I'm moving it back and forth to drive y'all crazy. As you can see, that's a little further out. You can see it a little bit better there. But it's getting closer together. It's real dark out here now. I can see the bright stars along with the wind blowing. See some Christmas lights up here over this big hill. I have to keep chasing the planet because we are moving. I hope you're enjoying this. This way you didn't have to go outside and look at it. All you had to do is look on here. But it's nice to go outside and look up and see it. Now, if you're expecting the star to look like the sun, you're going to be disappointed. But it's just real bright. And what is fascinating is this doesn't happen all the time. Well, Leslie, you're right. I'm gonna need some hot chocolate for sure. I do have the heat on in the car, but that's out there and I'm in here. You would think I have to adjust my camera by moving it up, but actually I have to move my camera down because it keeps moving. But it is lined up together. I'm right here in beautiful Buffalo, South Carolina, on top of a hill with the cows and the bull. They hadn't bothered me, and you know, your batteries when you're out in the middle of the field don't last so long, but I should have brought something else that I have, and I didn't do it. I didn't think I'd be up here this long. I thought it'd be quicker than this. I think everyone needs to go outside sometimes where no street lights, no nothing's at, to really capture the stars. See how beautiful and bright it is, and the moon, how bright.